Hello everyone, Alex RC Freak here, coming at you with another video on the Losi Super Baja Ray. Now, this is on how to remove, you don't even have to remove this, you just have to get access to get your guts on the inside of this. So, anyway, so there's 4 2mm button head screws on each side to hold this interior in, but before you do that, you have to loosen 4 button head style screws here. Now, these ones are shorter. These ones are longer because, as you can tell, they are going through a lot more plastic here. So these ones are going to be longer than these ones. So that being said, I'm going to loosen these 4 real quick. And then this should slide up. You're going to have to disconnect your lights. So let's do that real quick actually right now. So I use Lexan scissors that have a curve to them. They're slightly curved. And you just grab your scissors here. And you just cut it. You just cut the zip tie just like that. That easy. And you just get that out of the way. And now the way Losi does this is out of the box is, you know, they do this mess of wires here where they're kind of just wrapped around here. I'm going to make it look a lot cleaner. So you got the wire here, you got the wire here. You can set those aside. I'm not a big light guy. I may remove these lights. I don't know. I think they're kind of lame, honestly, but it's not something that makes me want to buy it just because the light's on it, you know. I don't know. It's one of those deals. So, anywho, you loosen these. Okay, so once you got these screws loosened, you don't necessarily have to take them out. They may fall out, though, if you're not careful. Move that all the way forward like you're moving a hood out of the way. Now, you got 4 2mm screws here, which I am going to loosen. They are very small. These look like they're going to be very short, and they are, yeah. So they're probably only like 6-7mm. These are the button head screws right here to hold in the interior piece. So you just loosen all 4 of these, and your interior, you're going to have to squish it out a little bit. It is a little bit tight to get out. It's not the easiest. Like I say, when I'm telling you, and I mean it when I say it, it's not the easiest vehicle to work on. It really is not. It's actually kind of a pain in the rear, to be 100% honest, to work on. I think it'll be okay once you get it all straightened out and stuff like that. So, anywho, with that being said, once you go through it, and you know, if you have OCD like I do, there's a lot of dust in here, and that is not cool. Like, there's dust on this edge here, and it's just not right. Like, why do you need all this dust? And I know it's black Lexan, it's gonna show dust within a few minutes anyway, but it doesn't look pretty, okay? And yes, I just said that. So okay, so after you get this dusted off here, you just take your interior. Now this is gonna be tricky here. You gotta pop one end up, trying to get one end out. You gotta pop it. This is really tight, isn't it? Okay, so it'd be nice to actually remove these back screws completely, or at least just enough to where you can move that link. See, once you get this link out of the way like that, you'll be fine. So just remove this so you can remove that link back. So just like that. So now you gotta kind of flex. You're gonna have to flex this cage a little bit, and then your interior piece comes off like so. Your interior piece comes off like so. Set that out of the way. Okay, now I'm gonna take my screws here, and I'm just gonna loosely stick them in. And there's dust on the inside of this thing that I can't handle it here, y'all. It's like, I'm not a big dust fan, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't like it. It just looks tacky. The ESC is tacky. And yes, it is an actual 8S ESC. Same exact ESC that's in the DBXLE. And just to let you guys know. So, anyway, once you do that, put those in there. Then you got the RC. So I'm going to see if I can get this in camera for you guys. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking off this top brace. I'm going to be taking off this top brace right here to gain access to the transmission case, which is right here. I'm going to remove the motor, which is right there. This is a speed control that is 8S, and you got to modify these connectors here. Try saying all that 3 times fast. So if you know me, I'm already having OCD issues, and I'm sorry. But I like my RCs dust free, possibly, if they're brand new. They shouldn't have all this dust on them. It just doesn't look good. So I'm sorry, but I got RC problems, all right? The addiction is real. So anyway, what you're gonna want to do first is take this body scissors and very carefully cut that zip tie, and do not cut your wires. It can be tricky sometimes, so just watch yourself. Then take your motor wires and just pull up on the wires very gently, but have a firm grip on it. And that's factory. The heat shrink is damaged factory. It's a little bit irritating. So is that one. Easy fix, but really? Really? So just to show you guys. Anyway, but yeah. So you get that out. You know, it's pretty easy to do. And I'm going to take this connector out. There's 3 2mm screws. And then there's 2 1.5mm screws on the bottom to get the connector out for the battery connection. So I'm going to do that real quick. Okay, so there's a 1.5mm screw. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but it's right there. And then there's 2 right over here on this connector on the bottom. There's 1.5mm screw on the end there and on the end there. And I'm going to be putting Castle Creations 6.5 bullet connectors on here, just so you know. Because those are EC5 5mm bullets. So anyway, I got that loosened. I got the ESC unplugged. I got the switch unbolted from the back. And yeah, all now I got to do is take off those 3mm screws, and then the ESC is completely free. So I just got to take off these 3 screws right there. I know it's hard to see, but 1, 2, and 3, and then your ESC's out, and voila, your speed control is out. You got 3 screws out. They have 3mm flat washers on them. You got your connector. You're gonna have to Dremel this out to put any different type of connector on there. It is strong plastic, so just be very careful when you're Dremeling. Take your time. It does matter. So you can make this loop. I don't know why they made this loop. It's probably just a standard ECA they grabbed out of the parts bin, but I don't know. You can make this loop, you know what I'm saying, shorter. It doesn't necessarily have to be that long, but anyway, yeah. So that being said, that's out, and pretty simple, really. I mean, the motor drops out from the bottom. You got the wires here. You can unplug your speed control, or your, hopefully you guys can see that. You can unplug this is your steering servo. Unplug it. Now, this is a perfect example. I do not like this design. And Losi is known for doing it. They have the worst receiver boxes if they put a receiver box in. And this receiver is just out in the open where all these ports right here. And I'm not seeing where it actually says the receiver is waterproof, because it's not. So all the steering servo may be waterproof. The ESC may be waterproof. Your transmission case halves ain't waterproof. But this isn't waterproof. When the waterproof receivers have wires coming off to plug in, this does not. So water gets in there. So just saying. But Traxxas is the only company out there that makes the best waterproof receiver boxes. So anyway, I'm going to be doing a mod with this like I always do on anything that's not Traxxas, and we'll get that waterproof receiver box. So stay tuned for that. Like I said, you just take a flathead, Really easy to take this thing out. Take a flathead and you just get underneath there and just pry up on it. Now, you don't, it just isn't hurting it. I know some people may say that sounds bad. You just pull up on it. You just pull up. I'm trying to be very gentle so I can get that double side tape at the same time. So you just pull up on it so you get the double side tape at the same time. And you just take out the double side tape like that. You got a 1.5 Allen. Or not, might be a 2.0. No, it's a 1.5. It's a 1.5. Taking 1.5 right here. Take out your antenna. I'm putting this in a different location anyway, so you just pop that out like that. Take your antenna tube off like so. Take your cap off, set that aside. You can take your receiver right out of the back, and then voila. You got your receiver out with the light harness. So, anyway, it's that easy, and I'm going to end the video here because, like I say, it's a teardown video. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing it in sections, so next will be the transmission. This was the electronics. So, with that being said, Alex RC Freak out. Peace.